Hello, everybody. Well, I'm back. And what I really want to spend the next 10 minutes or so on is the future of service management for manufacturing. One of the things I want to do is slip this little quote in here, and it just grabbed my attention because so many of the customers we've talked to during this economic times, especially coming out of the pandemic, have actually accelerated their digital transformation in service. And it's amazing. Some have talked about really moving from what would have taken them 2 or 3 years in 1 year because of this impending event. And I feel like that's capable and available to everybody out there. So I hope you feel the urgency and the energy, because the faster we transform, especially in service, the better business outcomes that we're going to have going forward and really put you in a competitive advantage. So first of all, let's talk about what's happening here. And we're really moving from a very transactional service-based business to packaging up solutions. These contracts are usually longer, 5 years, 6 years, but now we're moving to business outcomes. And these business outcomes can be consumption models or as a service model, but really packaging all the capabilities we've acquired over the past 5 or 10 years into a solution, easy consumable solution for our customers. And what is that doing? That is really driving the new streams of revenue and profitability for our customers, as well as it's also creating long-term or lifetime customers. But the hook here is the service organization. The service you're providing your customers has to dramatically transform to support these business models. And not only that, we need to provide a digital experience because we need to move from high touch to low touch to no touch digital experiences. But as we go from what's traditionally known as kind of this break, fix, reactive, the service has a problem, the customer has a problem, they put it into a portal, it comes to you and you send technicians out, or it comes into a repair depot, to really a more preventative strategy, because these companies depend on you to keep this new solution up and running. And more importantly, it costs you a fortune to continue to roll trucks out there. So if we can do it before and prevented it, that's huge. But more importantly, we need to move to predictive models. There is no reason that leveraging AI and IoT and some of the cool capabilities are out there today that we can't monitor these assets for our customers, provide that value-added service, but more importantly, sense and see that these assets are going to go down. And if they go down, we need to get someone out there as quick as possible before they go down, because if they go down, we lose money because it's business outcome based. Let's talk about where we're starting from. Most of the customers we're working with today look something like this, or have 3 or 4 or 5 of these. And now we need to say, how are we going to transform not just the services organization that's going to drive the new wave of revenue and business outcomes, but most importantly, what we do with this technology landscape that we've kind of inherited over the last 3 years. Well, one of the things about Oracle is we do have a platform, and it does help the front office and back office from in the cloud. And there's a lot of business capabilities and agility that sits in our cloud capabilities, front office and back office. But more importantly, we need to take a process-driven approach here, because if you look at the service process and you need to digitize it, but have many different channels kicking off anywhere in the process, whether it's a customer, whether it's agents, whether it's dealers, distributors, or an asset kicking off the service process, it needs to be a digital first set of processes and capabilities. But more importantly, it's driven from the platform. The platform is where your business agility and intelligence is going to come from. So we need to move as much of these complex processes onto this platform and then standardize on the different businesses that we've acquired in terms of the business processes to support that. So an 80-20 rule in terms of moving multiple businesses that acquired to a transformative digital service platform, and to standardize on break fix and preventative maintenance and IoT monitoring and really get to that predictive service that we're looking for. And then, as we know, data is a critical success factor. We have to get our arms around the data because we've got to tie together the customer and all the assets that they may have in terms of providing that overall business outcome-based service and solution for our customers. And then we got to take the IoT data, and then we're going to enrich that data, and then we're going to drive that off of AI through the platform to deliver the business outcomes we're looking for, but more importantly, a predictive digital service. And we have put together a solution for this to really help our manufacturers transform faster. And we can start anywhere we want to, based on your business outcomes, based on your business drivers, as well as we also know this is a hybrid world. And this is a 2 to 3 to 5 year transformation. And we want to partner with you to provide those capabilities for that platform, whether we deploy it regionally or one global single instance, and drive off those processes that's going to drive business outcomes. More importantly, we have business models for this now. The business models, as we put together these solutions on a project basis and help support you through this transformation, we have now put together the best practices of the business outcomes to ensure your success and that these projects are really driving business value. Okay, so that gives you a few insights from an Oracle perspective on the future of manufacturing and the service transformation and how we can partner with you. But let's hear from our customers, because they have fantastic stories of their transformations. We're all sitting in different places in the journey, but gain some insights on how we may be able to accelerate our transformations within our companies.